let's just talk about some things, because we can feel that you're ripe and ready for hearing some things maybe that you haven't considered before. So we're going to ask you a series of questions. Do you believe that action is essential to creation? All right, so we're going to say to you, action isn't the first basis of creation, but it does often help you finish off a good creation in a more pleasing way. Because the more action that you offer in an arena of no resistance, the more fun you're having, the more involved you are. It's like the difference between being a spectator and being a participant, of listening to someone sing or singing, of listening to someone else's ideas and you having an idea, being a participant in your own life experience. So we're going to ask you some more questions. So, is action essential to creation? It is, isn't it? Let's make it even clearer. Is action essential to robust, delicious, tactile, see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it, creation? Yes. Emphatically, yes. What happens if you try to jump into action before you're in alignment? It doesn't work, does it? So it isn't whether action is good or not. It's when the action is best. Yes? So is action better when there's a strong need? Or is action better when there's a strong desire? And by strong, do we mean painful or big? Can you feel the difference between a desire that is life-giving and exhilarating and a desire that is... We said to someone one day, we wanted to get them to talk about what they wanted, and we listed a few things to try to prime the pump. And she said, I've already got that, I don't want that. I've already got that, I don't want that. And it was clear that she was associating desire with that feeling of not having. We're talking about feeling of pure desire being the feeling of anticipation, of knowing for sure that you can have this thing and you just figured out that you want it. That's that fresh desire. Do you remember that? We're asking you to go back a ways. Do you remember being a kid and wanting something and not trampling it to death with your belief that you couldn't have it? Do you remember those fresh desires? That's what we're talking about getting back to. We're talking about not jumping into action so fast, jumping into meditation more, jumping into lying in bed more and basking more, making lists of things that you appreciate more, or just having non-thought for no reason, doing more things that are pleasurable, listening to more music, finding more reasons to feel good, listening to more meditation CDs, finding ways to come into alignment with who you are, and then letting the desire be something that is born out of that, and then, you see. So here's some things that you could say to friends who are saying, what do you want? And you could say, which was one of the reasons that we appreciated our friend who came up with all kinds of desire to be in the chair, who had nothing to say once he got here. And the reason that he had nothing to say once he got here was, what we wanted to demonstrate with that is a lovely state of being for you to be in. Because often, when you've got an active desire, you are not in the receiving mode. It's like the question is a different vibration than the answer, and the problem is a different vibration than the solution. And sometimes, when you continue to ask the question and ask the question and ask the question, or solve the problem, or solve the problem, or solve the problem, or solve the problem, you hold yourself out of the receiving mode. And so then, how does that feel? That's what we want to call your attention to. How does that feel? So if someone says to you, what do you want? And it might be somebody that you've expressed many things that you want, so they know that there are these things that you've been asking for, and they also know that you don't have them yet, and they're asking you, how's that coming? How's that coming? How's that coming? What would you think when someone says, what do you want, of giving them the answer, sort of like our friend gave us earlier? My mind's blank right now. My mind is blank right now. What do you mean? I mean, I'm not in the receiving mode, so I can't really tell you exactly what I want right now. Well, don't your needs let you know what you want? Don't you need a different car, or don't you need more money? Yes, But the distinction you want to say to your friend that I'm making, I am in the process of differentiating need from desire. I'm differentiating need from desire. And what I'm in the process of doing is conjuring desire. I'm putting myself in the best possible position for desire to be born within me. When you were little, your desires were born all day, every day. And those well-meaning and sometimes not so well-meaning, screwed up people that were in your life, they began teaching you things that caused you to adopt beliefs that made you stop believing in your desires, to the point that now when we talk to a room full of people like this, you can't really find a pure desire. You can't really find a pure desire because you haven't been in the receptive mode frequently enough or consistently enough for a pure desire to be born. And so you think that your needs are your desires. You think that you desire more money because you need more money. Or you think that you desire a better job because you need more money from that. But we want you to get to the basis of what your pure desires are. We want you to remember what you knew when you came, that you are the creator of your own reality and that you can be or do or have anything. We want you to feel that fresh friskiness that comes from tuning into the vibration of who you really are. We want you to allow yourself to become your total self who has the big picture. We want you to remember that you are an uplifter and that you are a lover and that you are an allower and that you want to feel good. That's what we want for you. We want you to return to the vibrational frequency of who you really are, rather than just catching glimpses of it or snatches of it in between all of the efforting that you're doing and all the trying and comparing and struggling and defending and justifying that you are doing. We want you to awaken to the remembering of who you really are, because your inner being knows who you are. Your inner being knows who you are and knows where you stand in relationship to everything that you want. And when we talk about this vortex that you've been building, you put that together one pure facet at a time. You weren't sitting in a room with someone demanding that you tell them what you want. That was just born out of life experience. When someone was rude to you, you knew that it should be otherwise. When someone didn't love you, you knew that you wanted them to be in the receiving mode because you knew that you wanted them to love, not only for your benefit, but for theirs as well. When you were confused, you knew that you wanted clarity. When you were lost, you knew that you wanted to know where you were going. When you didn't have enough of something, when you were tired, when you didn't have vitality, you wanted more vitality. In other words, life has caused you to purely create what you want. There is a vibrational version of you who knows precisely what you want. There's fresh, pure desire in this vortex. And law of attraction is spinning it up and spinning it up and spinning it up, and it's ready to be revealed to you. And when that desire is born within you, you think when you come to a gathering like this that you've got a long list of things that you want. You think that you came here so that you can get the things that you want out into the open, so that we can tell you what the path of least resistance is to the things that you want. And what we want to shout to you today, in a way that you will hear it like you've never heard it before, is that what you most want of all things, what you most want is to have that fresh desire. What you want is to want. What you want is to want. What you desire is to desire. You want to desire. You want to desire. You want to desire. Nothing more. You want to desire. We don't want you to want to fulfill your desire. We want you to want the desire. We want you to want the idea of the desire. We want that desire to be born within you. We want you to want that desire. We want you to feel what that fresh desire feels like. Jerry and Esther would go into a store and they would say, "Can we help you?" And Jerry would say, "We're just looking for something to want." Just looking for something to want. Well, what are you looking for? Something to want. We're looking for that thing that lights us up. We're looking here for that thing that lights us up. So our desire is to be lit up. Our desire is to be tuned into the frequency of who we are. Our desire is to be in sync with our source energy, who is in love with life, who's happy about life itself, not conditionally, unconditionally happy about life itself. We know we're stretching you into something that isn't about action, with the promise that once you get that, the delicious action will be inspired. You'll feel like calling this one and going here. You'll feel like getting in your car and going over there. You'll feel like picking this up. You'll feel like going to the bookstore. You'll feel like picking up that book. You'll feel like reading that book. You'll feel like getting online. You'll feel like clicking this link. You'll feel like looking for this search. You'll feel like putting this word in for the search. You'll be inspired to this never-ending trail of things that will surprise and delight you all along the way. You came here to live happily ever after, not just sporadically stumble upon things that feel good. You came here to consistently find things from life experience, tune into the frequency of that desire, and then systematically watch it move as a cooperative universe gives you everything that is necessary for the fulfillment, for the complete full fulfillment of. You are the creator of your own reality. And it's the creating of your own reality that is the juice of life, not the stuff that you create when you create your own reality. It's being the creator. It's the act of creation. It's the being of creativeness, not the object of attention that you create. The objects of attention that you create are only the excuse you have for creating. It's only the excuse you have for flowing. It's only the excuse you have for tapping in. It's only the excuse you have for being in the flow of that, you see. Yeah. We have enjoyed you. We've enjoyed this focused, culminating convergence of beings and beingnesses. We are a good mix together. The desires that you came with and the desires that you have discovered and the desires that are yet to be realized by you, in combination with the beliefs that you hold, has created what we have found to be the perfect environment of stability and reaching forward. The lives that you've been living, the lives that you are living, have positioned you for a different reception than you have experienced before. So you have allowed, by that which you are, a flowing of conversation because of your receptive mode. We can't say to you what you're not ready to receive. Oh. So your receptive mode all along has been the reason for the evolution of this conversation. You get what we're saying? So sometimes you're quieter than usual. Sometimes, because of the intensity of what you're living, coupled with the desire that you are allowing, you create the perfect environment for real expansion in understanding. And that's what has taken place today. Esther can hardly wait to get her ears around what we have all created here today. We make too much of all of it. Don't try to think your way through it. Just leave this gathering with one strong intention, and that is, I am going to be happy. I'm going to be happy in my bed. I'm going to be happy when I wake up. I'm going to be happy in my relationships. I'm going to be happy at work. I'm going to be happy in traffic. I'm going to be happy in my car. I'm going to be happy in my current financial situation. I'm going to be happy in my oncoming financial situation. I am happy. I am a happy being with the potential of being happier still. I am happy. And when people say, hi, how are you? Say, happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. Because what that means is, I'm not only satisfied with what is, which will serve you so well, but I'm eager for what's coming, which will serve you so well. Ongoing, creative, genius, greedy beings that you are. There is great love here for you. And as always, we remain in the Vortex.